So under eminent domain, they instituted what's called the squatter's rights.
Yeah.
And the salvage right is what the squatter right fall under. And the salvage right is they claim that our landmass crashed into their ship. They classifying our landmass under the jurisdiction of Admiralty, which makes anybody who walked the land civilly dead. So that each one of us become a vessel lost at sea, and every time they capture one of us and log us in their system, they getting paid for a salvage redemption of a civilly dead individual that they was able to capture him as a straw man.
Made him property.
Yeah. But now, when we recognize who we are, we say, wait a minute. We no longer accept the Admiralty jurisdiction because your jurisdiction expired July the 4th, 2019. We know it expired because the Republican debate had no American flags, and it had a navy blue background, which means that now we was free at sea to reclaim ourselves from the salvage right. But
This automation investment, scam. Shop
at sea to reclaim ourselves from the salvage right. But none of the chiefs knew what to do. I'm not finna sit around and wait the whole 72 hours. I'll wait 48 hours. Then I did what we supposed to do. One of the chiefs have to put it in the public domain that we canceled a contract for fraud and for non-performance. The fraud is that they never honored the contract. They can't find the treaty they ever honored in its totality. But we've lived up to treaties that we didn't even agree to. So now, in order to get the land back from the Admiralty jurisdiction, us as the tribal leadership have to alert the people that we need to reassert our sovereignty and exercise our right to restore the tribal mothers, which is in colonial law, it's called the reestablishing of the longhouse. The longhouse is where the tribal mothers would meet in order to solve the problems with people across the land. And then they would issue the orders to either the Red House for law enforcement or to the Blue House for leadership and direction. And now we got that all confused, and then it turned it into gang colors and villainized it by calling it gangs.
But flashing in your face and
why
flashing lights. Police officers.
Yep. The red light and the blue light, that's the symbol in Masonry. That's the Boaz and Joaquin, the twin pillars, severity and mercy. Good cop, bad cop. They come in like that every time.
Blue pill,
they telling
red
us
pill.
what they doing. Yep. They telling us what they doing every time, but we don't know their language because they talking in code in our face behind our back.
All the time.
So this is why it's important for us to get back to reading our culture, because our culture is going to tell us everything we know to enforce the great law, and we just got to know how to read nature, because we're going to get the information from the storms that come, from the earthquakes, from the UV rays, from the human resonance. We steady getting bombarded with nature telling us how to reclaim everything, but a lot of us have been so indoctrinated with this Stockholm syndrome, abused spouse syndrome of the government, where they keep slapping us upside the head so much that we scared to even try to redeem ourselves.
People do that a lot.
And all we got to do is know that we got the right to be here by birthright. We organic to the land, spring from the Mississippi clay dirt, the same as the trees spring from the field.
Set it on fire, fire.
We emerged naturally from this land.
That's right.
I tell them we've been here so long, Dane, we had to build here in order for it to exist when we got here.
That's absolutely correct.
It wasn't no here before we got here. We had to make it what it is in order for us to have a claim of right. And this was all done by our great mothers that preceded us. In antiquity, we called them the gods of the earth, the divine feminines, the 12 daughters of Isis. Isis making number 13, the queen mother, the mother of the king, right? And she give the king the commission. That means she issues his birthright, go and redeem the family. So the son go out as the family redeemer. This is your Herut story in Egypt. Horus is the heir to the throne. His father's been usurped by his wicked uncle. So in order for him to become the king, the son who becomes as the father, he has to overthrow his evil uncle. This goes back to the Anunnaki story. Enlil overthrew Enki, and both of them was arguing and bickering in spite of Anu, the great father, who warned them that you have to follow the rules of the earth while you on earth, and they did their own thing. Now we all suffering for it. It's the same story as just reading the energy. Take the names out and look at it as an energy, and you will see that it's a blueprint for something. The restoration of a birthright. Because that's where Herut came to get his birthright back from his undeserving uncle who stole it. It's the same with Jacob and Esau, right? So when they telling us these stories, they telling it to us, but they telling us the whole time the person that's the rightful heir don't got the rightful possession. They the rightful heir, but they don't have the possession. The usurper, the Jacob, has got the possession, but they not the rightful heir. It's up to Esau to wake up from his slumber, realize who he is, and go out and take his shit back from his brother. Excuse my language.
But that's exactly what we got to do.
That's our job.
That's it.
That's the accumulation of our work, because we can't all fight this war from the same direction. We all got to do our part. And then when we get here, Dane, we come together and we tell the story together in front of the people so they'll see that we telling the truth. We sincere with this. And we just trying to get what's rightfully ours. We ain't coming out here to hurt nobody. We just coming out here to tell the truth because we've been lied to.